Hey, great Sunday evening. It is May the 3rd. May 3rd, almost May the 4th. Because it's May the 3rd. And it was actually a beautiful day in the city of Brownsville. And, very peaceful, very calm, very tranquil. I was very surprised to see, the streets not so full of different people out there, which I guess was sort of a good thing, unless anybody out there was heading to the island, but that we'll talk about that in a little bit. And Frankie, good evening. How you doing, man?
Good evening, everybody. Good Sunday evening. There's a lot going on this week. Before I forget, Porter is having their pitada, I believe, off Southmost on May the 7th, on Thursday, May the 7th. So we'll be posting more as we get closer to that date. Everybody is it's a Teachers Appreciation Week tomorrow. So shouts out to all those teachers going through this. It's a difficult time, but it's a good Sunday so far. How's it going, Michael? And how's it going, Carlos?
Well, good.
Michael, how you been, man? It's been a while since I've talked to you, man. And it's been even a longer while since I got an invite by La Carnita Asada that y'all supposedly I heard had last night, man.
Yeah, we had one after a good while, and but our family. Our family's real tight knit. We get together at my parents' house, so usually every Saturday to cook out and get the whole family together. We were able to do it last night, and we still kept our distance. The one thing we did different, we kind of like kicked our feet together to say hi. We didn't actually shake hands or hug, so we kept our distance just for prevention. Even though everybody's usually just staying indoors, anyways. We haven't gone to the island or anything like that.
And good evening, Mando Flores, and congratulations, Mando Flores, for being appointed precinct chair. Congratulations.
We kind of like.
We're gonna need every single precinct chair as out there assistance these coming elections. But Mando is a little bit up north from us, but that's okay. Congratulations, Mando. Love you, man. And of course, with us tonight we have Carlos Elizondo. How you doing, my man?
Well, real good. How you guys doing, man? Just here hanging in there.
Don't sound so excited, Carlos. And again, one of the things about Sunday night is, one of the things about Sunday night is that we tend here in Cameron County not to get any numbers. I guess the Cameron County Health Department doesn't work on Sunday for some reason, but I mean, I guess it's okay. And again, a lot of people that are doing the testing probably won't be doing any testing. So I guess in that respect, it's going to be okay. We did get some numbers from Hidalgo. Actually, one individual tested positive out there in Hidalgo, which is great. I don't think that they're doing that plateau thing yet. I think the issue with them is probably going to be the issue with us is that testing isn't as far spread as it should be. I know that one of the things that the city of Brownsville has now done is now the city of Brownsville, being that they are at the sports park, which is not really halfway there, but towards the north part of Brownsville. The city of Brownsville is going to start doing testing for the city of Harlingen. Did y'all hear about that?
I heard about it.
I guess it's a good thing in that respect. I mean, my only question, and I guess we could ask Dr. Eder Hernandez. Dr. Eder Hernandez will be with us on Tuesday. So we might be able to ask Dr. Eder Hernandez how he sees it. And I've seen a lot of the posts out there on social media, and they seem to think that it's a very, very positive thing. And again, I mean, that's great. Why the city of Harlingen didn't start up their own testing? It's kind of curious to me. I mean, why do they have to depend on Brownsville unless they're confident that the city of Brownsville has got it like down packed to whereas, they've already had the experience. They might as well go with someone that has the experience. And plus, Brownsville is not that far away. Any thoughts on that, Frankie?
Yes, it's interesting to note that you are correct. Harlingen has been greatly affected by the COVID-19 as to their nursing homes. They're leading the county in positive results. So it has been a little curious to see the direction that the city commission has taken for the city of Harlingen in regards to reaching out to Brownsville. I'm trying to think of the top of my head, because that was a good question, Erasmo. When the city of Brownsville started testing, because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's been 2, maybe 3 weeks for sure, maybe possibly 4, that they've been in testing. So we've seen the outbreak at these 2 nursing homes. You know, one would think that the city of Harlingen would act on it immediately. But again, it's easy to play Monday morning quarterback. But now, guys, we see the ramifications of the delay of not testing, whether it was, incompetence or an oversight, but it's something to think about, that it's taking them, what, guys, 4 or 5 weeks to finally agree to give the city, the community of Harlingen, an opportunity to test. So it's kind of a head scratcher there as to why it took them so long.
Residents to come and test, but we intermingle so much. So I want it. Hey, that's what's gonna control this COVID-19.
Well, my concern, I guess, not my concern, my idea, my worry, my thought on it. Harlingen by far has surpassed anyone here in Cameron County in regards to the number of cases. And I'm not sure exactly how to remove the captions on there, Vela. Sorry. I'll try to work on it this week. And I know what you're talking about. The captions come out on the live feed on Facebook. You could, if you could come on to YouTube, they probably won't have them there. But anyway, in regards to the Harlingen, I think my concern is, it has been the city that has exploded because of the 2 nursing homes. My concern is not so much as, and again, I don't mean to sound like please hear me out before you. My concern isn't the residents that much anymore, and not because of any other reason, because at least they're confined. You've got, like, in Veranda, you had 85 residents, so they're there because the employees, they were the ones that brought it into Veranda, then brought it into Windsor Atrium, and then they took it home to their families. That's my concern. O sea, que the city of Harlingen has been lacking in testing to the point where now, the only really numbers that we have are basically because of the nursing homes. Well, what about all the other people out there that these people, the employees, have been in contact with? Does that make sense, Carlos?
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Not only that, but going back on what Michael was saying, is that it's good that they're bringing in, but what about Rancho Viejo? What about Los Fresnos? What about San Benito? They should include everybody, since we are sister cities, as they always claim to be. They should bring everybody, so that way we can distinguish who has been infected, who is positive, and they can quarantine. Regardless of the quarantine, if they're positive or not, we should be staying home, right? But that way the information is out there, and there's more information out there. There's a lot more care that these people can receive, and not only that, they can prepare, just like Brownsville. Hospitals need to prepare. Harlingen hospitals need to prepare as well too, to make sure that they can treat as many people that are positive or not.
Hey Lolita, how you doing, Lolita? Good to see you. And again, my concern is the amount of testing. I don't think that we have reached an amount where I would feel comfortable in saying that things are starting to plateau, or we're doing okay. I think the number of tests that have been affected in Cameron County is a very, very small percentage. I don't think it's even 1% yet in regards to the total population. So I think that's something that should be concerning, no?
Very much so. They're saying, I think Mayor Trey Mendez was saying that if you get 100 people that test, and those 100 people, they're positive, go and socialize with someone else. You just multiply that by another 100, by 100, by 100, and you imagine how many hundreds of thousands of people you're going to get infected. So the testing is critical. They should be testing a lot more people for free.
And we do have Dr. Eder Hernandez with us. Good evening, Dr. Eder Hernandez. Good evening, Marta. ¿Cómo estás? More states opening the economy tomorrow. Again, it's very, very concerning. I guess to me, it's very concerning. Again, I don't think that we are anywhere close to going on a downward spiral. We are ready to do 300 tests a day. Again, that's an
Awesome.
amazing number for in regards to testing. So I would say then in this next week we should be close to 2,000 new tests in our area. Matter of fact, more states opening the economy tomorrow. Again, it's very, very concerning. I guess to me it's very concerning. Again, I don't think that we are anywhere close to going on a down.
Mute us, Lali.
300 tests a day. Again, that's an amazing. Hello, sorry. I think it was you, Michael. It was you, right? Like I see.
It's all right.
Necio.
Is that me?
It was you.
It's all right.
It was you. Somebody. Anyway, so by this week, I guess, Dr. Hernandez, then we should be doing close to 2,000 testing. I think that's a great thing. It's going to happen no matter what. And I agree with Judy. It is going to happen no matter what. I guess if you're referring in regards to the positive, I'm hoping. But it is going to happen no matter what, no matter how many tests we do. But at least we'll have a general idea in regards to where we stand. Not only that, I'm kind of hoping that with the numbers out there, as they're out there being present, I'm hoping to get more people start to take precaution and concern, because right now there's very little caution and concern. The tests get billed to their insurance. It's free for the patients. The uninsured get picked up by the city. It's free for the people. That's amazing. Yeah, and I think Frank was just joking in regards to that. Again, Michael, you're out there at the mall sometimes. As one of the things I think that we haven't seen at the mall yet, which we've seen out there in South Padre, going to South Padre Island, are thousands and thousands of people.
Yeah, no. I went on Saturday. I thought IBC was open. I wanted to deposit some money and get some change as well. And no, man. I mean, IBC is closed. All the anchor stores are closed. My mom has a shop there. My brothers have shops there as well. So I went to go talk to my mom for a little bit. And I really was surprised. I mean, it was Saturday, 1:00, and the mall was hurting. I mean, there was nobody there. Not like the island at all. I mean, small businesses, because the shops that are open at the mall are the local small businesses. And I mean, if you want to go shopping without the crowds, right now's the time to go.
But one of the things that I saw, because I know that you had shared some pictures with us out there. Am I seeing that a lot of the stores that are normally open aren't open, and that might be one of the reasons why a lot of individuals have opted not to go?
A lot of the anchor stores are closed. So basically, Dillard's is closed, Foot Action, Foot Locker, Apostle, American Eagle, and the list goes on. Basically, all the anchor stores are not there. It's only small mom and pop shops that are open right now.
Well, I guess, I hate saying it this way, but I guess the mall right now is looking a lot like the Harlingen Mall then.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is, the mall also has to do a little bit more marketing in itself, that they are open, that they're, taking precautionary steps to allow just 25% in there, so because they do have just one door open. So that's their way of saying, well, we have 5 doors, we're just opening one. So you just got. I saw a lot of customers going and like, oh, the mall's closed, and leaving, and there was the one door at the end that was open for you to go in. I know Chick-fil-A was open because they were looking for customers. They had the employees walk in the mall to see if anybody wanted to place an order, things like that. So, I mean, the mall wasn't packed on Saturday, and the island was.
Well, let me ask you something. One of the things that the Governor Abbott did open up and permitted was the retail curbside. Is any of that happening at some of those main stores out there at the mall?
Yeah, like Sunglass Forum with my brothers. You can call it in to you know exactly which pair of sunglasses you want. They'll take it to you curbside. That's not a problem at all. You can visit their website as well, and they can arrange all those steps for you to get your sunglasses. My mom as well. My mom's a little harder because she's in the middle of the mall.
Yeah.
But you can always call her, and if you know exactly which one you want, she'll take it to you. That's not a problem. But I walked the mall, and I saw a lot of people taking precautions with gloves, with a mask still, even though it's not necessary no more. Everybody really had masks on, so that was good.
Well, let me ask you, in regards to the mall, one of the questions that's asked by Eugenio in regards to the food, something that I was interested in. We actually almost went to the mall. One of the things that we used to do regularly was go to the food court on Sunday after church sometimes and have lunch out there. And we were tempted to do that today. Is the food court open for business?
Yes, they are open, and they can also do curbside. Yeah, so the food court is open. You can walk in. They do have. I'm not sure if they have the seating open or if they haven't spaced out, but you can take food to go for sure.
Oh, wait, so no tables and chairs.
You know what? I'm not sure because when I went, I didn't walk and I didn't pay attention to that. I was looking at the other stores that were closed. I was honestly, I was amazed that nobody was open. At least the anchor stores. I was like, what? Like, I couldn't believe that the mall was like without people.
Well, one of the things that I did see the first day that everything was back open for business, I think I saw some couple of videos out there of the North Star Mall out in McAllen. That place was packed.
La Plaza Mall.
Plaza, North Park Plaza. I can't remember the name of it, but something. But North Park, I honestly don't know.
You
But
know, I saw a video where there was a line, start 20 minutes before opening, things like that. Then I kind of heard that it was a lot of the employees that the mall hadn't actually opened, so they were making line to go to work. So that's what I heard. I
Frankie,
don't know if it,
Yeah, it was the first day that the Plaza Mall opened, and we did see on on the tube in regards to the amount of people that were waiting um, to get into the store. So it's we understand the people's urgency, I guess. We don't feel it's the right thing to do, but people do want to go out as long as they're practicing social distancing and wearing masks and things like that. If the Texas governor is opening up shop, it's only fair for the business owners to have that option whether they're going to be open up or not. But it's a tough call. We have the medical experts on one side saying, hey, if we don't continue this shelter at home, deal for another week or so, maybe possibly even longer, we possibly might even get into this hole again in the next month or two. There is that wave that has been, talked about. It's hard. The medical experts are telling us one thing. The business owners aren't having a way of life, being able to provide for their families. They're stressing out, they're freaking out. So if the Texas governor is opening up Texas for shop, I say give the business owners an opportunity to open their businesses if they choose to.
I'm not sure about Luby's. Actually, I heard a rumor out there, and again, it's a rumor, so I'm not sure. I heard that Luby's might not be coming back. Someone was asking me in regards to a lot of the stores out there that were not coming back, and I know Mr. Gaddy's is not coming back. And someone mentioned the word Luby's. Again, I'm not confirming.
I would be surprised. Luby's gets a lot of people at the mall, so I'll be really surprised.
Again, I don't know. I just heard that name out there. But yeah, Luby's is not open right now, and that I think is kind of surprising because you would think that they would be doing at least curbside, no? We dined at Mi Pueblito and Jason's Deli this weekend. Both had sparse crowds. Staff at both locations did a great job. Yeah, I was also at
Awesome.
IHOP. Good evening, Christy. I was out at IHOP as well, and IHOP. I mean, I was the only one in the whole restaurant Friday. Good.
Hey, Erasmo, I think everybody wants to go or obviously not during these times, but I actually want to go to IHOP now. I'm thinking about maybe going to tomorrow morning. The new one, right, next to Walmart.
Is that a nimble?
So maybe.
I know someone in San Antonio. The mall from the video is La Plaza Mall in McAllen. The people in line were customers with returns and making bill payments. Oh, I did not know that. People mortgages are going to have to be paid. I understand. Carlos, have you been out and about in regards to seeing any of the stuff open or closed? Anyone? Crickets?
Huh?
Crickets, Carlos.
Cricket, Carlos? Está dormido.
What?
Have you been out and about to see any of the stores out there that might be open?
Yeah, there's a lot of them that are open. Actually, I had to go to work at on the island today, and everything on the island was open. Of course, I was underneath water, I was doing a dive, but uh, there's a everybody's out there, man. The boats, the fishing, the dolphin watches, just everything is open over there. They just
You see, there's
back to
Luby's and Weslaco closed for good. That might be the one that I heard about. Because everyone raced out to the door to go somewhere didn't take. It expresses open already. Yes, that is my favorite Italian. That 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 is definitely my favorite Italian restaurant, Italia Express in the mall. That's actually where I wanted to go. El Pato on Saturday, the one on Paredes had people eating there. Yes, I actually passed by and saw a lot of calls out there. Hey, hello, guys. Hey, Trinidad, love you, man. Louis in Edinburgh is the one open for curbside. They have a drive-through window. Well, I guess then not all the Lubies then, because they just let us know that the one in Westlaco is closed for good. The one in Edinburgh is doing curbside. And the one in Brownsville is doing absolutely nothing. I have not been out. I don't know. I've been out too much, I think. I had church today. That's why. Most stores are open. I can see a lot of people that drive by my apartment. That's could be another thing. Is Best Buy open? Want to go buy Shameless season 10? You can stream that, bro. But again, I love Shameless. And Best Buy, I think they're still doing curbside. I'm not sure if they opened the doors already to the store. Anyone?
No, it's still curbside. I've made 2 trips out there.
And they never.
No, hey, those are essential things needed. But no, they're still doing curbside. They're real good about getting everything expedited, and they'll email you beforehand. So as soon as you go up, it won't take no more than a couple minutes for you to get your stuff and be on your way. So pretty good service.
La 14 está abierta. Come on. Don't tempt me. Italia Express in the mall is great. Yeah, let me tell you, I love their lasagna. I love their spaghetti. I love their cheese, the cheese bread that they make. Man, it's good stuff. Meatballs. I mean, really, really good meatballs. You can tell that they're homemade. We love Italia Express. Yes. Their spaghetti is awesome. Yes, I love Italia Express. Now, on tomorrow, soft opening tomorrow. Michael, your wife works for BISD. What do you think about soft opening?
I actually asked her about it. She said that for at least for tomorrow, this is the principal. She said that maybe in two weeks she'll be called in to go finish the school year. So I told her. I mean, honestly, if she has to, if it becomes mandatory. I told her just don't go. You're not gonna go. Yeah, that's just the way it is.
Well, it's very, very weird that you say that, because there's a lot of people who are going to opt to do that. If they're going to make it mandatory or voluntold for people to go, I've heard a lot of teachers out there that say that they will not go. They are.
I mean, we're blessed in the sense that even if they don't pay her, say she doesn't have the days, it's fine. That is fine, even if she doesn't get paid, if she doesn't have the days for it. But she's not going to go. The reason being, I'm not going to send my kids to daycare so maybe can get sick. I'm not going to do that. So it is what it is. I mean, if it becomes, I can take a day off and and watch over the kids while she finishes her school year work. But as far as her going a regular, Monday through Friday, from 8 to 3:30, no, it's not gonna happen.
Carlos, what do you think about soft opening tomorrow?
It's stupid. Why can't they just do everything online like they have been everything else? Why do they have to force the teachers to go in there and close it? What are they gonna do? Take their classroom with them? I understand some of these teachers. A lot of the teachers put in their money so they can decorate their school. I mean, just leave them closed. When they come back in August or whenever they come back, I'm sure everything's going to be there. Give them some extra time to be able to clean up and get everything ready for the next school year. I mean, I don't know why they have to force them to go and do it now. Some principal from Porter was saying that they have to get the computers in and and pay the fees of the library. I mean, come on, can't they wait till next year? I mean, is it that important for them to bring in a teacher, a student, so they can risk their lives because they got to come in and close their classroom down? It's already closed. The governor closed everything.
Well, I think my concern, I was trying to open my pistachio. My concern with that is that, guys, we haven't peaked. And I mean, Dr. Eder, please correct me if I'm wrong. We have yet to peak. I mean, we're still in the process. We're still on the upward spiral. And one of the reports that I read today from this page, COVIDprojections.com, they are projecting that the number of deaths are really being underplayed by a lot of individuals out there in politics. Because we had first been told maybe 2 million, then 1 million, and then the White House task force was all excited and happy, saying that well, the numbers are probably going to be less, around 60,000 deaths or less than 60,000 deaths. And the projection that this page gave was really by August we were going to be like at 160,000 deaths. That's a big old chunk of change.
Wow, it's crazy.
And again, my concern is the science tells us something different. It tells us it's very, very clear in regards to where we're at, where we're not at. And for the district and for anybody else to make these drastic moves, I think it's unconscionable. And I think it's going to be a mistake that could bite us in the butt. I mean, we haven't even got the jewelry department is open at Walmart, Michael. So I'm sure Michael's very happy about that. I mean, guys, I'm going to say that having
They never closed it.
Michael's going to do this. Having thousands of people rush off to South Padre Island for the weekend is going to come back and bite us in the butt. Frankie?
Yep.
Erasmo, and in regards to the numbers on the projection that you just gave of 160, a couple of weeks ago, I want to say maybe 2, 3, maybe even 4 weeks ago, Dr. Fauci had announced that he anticipated 100,000 casualties in the U.S. because of this COVID-19 virus. Shortly thereafter, the federal government ordered 100,000 body bags. And at first, when I heard that number, it sounded, it's an astronomical number. It's a huge number, and I was like, wow, like we're barely. I think back then we were like in our, I don't know, in our teens, like 10,000, and I think it was the majority of it was New York. So it was hard to fathom back then. 100,000 deaths, but right now we're at 60 something, if I'm not mistaken. We're approaching 70, and we anticipate that this isn't going to go away for any time longer. So, it's very scary. Where when I first heard the number 100, I was like, whoa, that's crazy. Now this virus is either extending or we are not doing everything possible that we can. So we're just allowing it to transmit throughout our communities. So 160 is even more scary. I think somebody was saying that, this virus is going to kill as many people as the Civil War, or I forgot what war they're mentioning.
I think it surpassed the Vietnam War. So surpassed
the Vietnam War. There you go. And so again, and the whole teacher issue. May 4th, Teacher Appreciation Week. Get back to work. Thank you very much. It's kind of harsh. And we've heard from teachers, on their reluctance. We've heard from secretaries, paraprofessionals, people who are going to have to be at these facilities, stating, "Hey, I don't want to go." They've asked, hey, what happens if I don't have any more sick? What happens if I don't have any more FMLA? What's going to happen to me? And the only thing I honestly said was, I'm sorry, that's how they're playing, and it's unfortunate that you might possibly lose your job. And how do you tell a person that? Again, we've been stressing how the uncertainty of this virus. People don't have jobs. Michael, 6.6 million people are unemployed throughout the U.S., if not more. And then for a secretary or a paraprofessional who is in fear of either getting the virus. And the reason I say this, guys, is because there's been people that say, hey, if you're scared, stay home. No, but it's those people that have diabetes. It's those people that have asthma. It really affects them.
Yeah.
And other health issues that it affects. So it's not necessarily the person. Yeah, that person is strong. Their immune system is strong. So again, recapping, the 160 is an astronomical number. It's very scary. Teachers, paraprofessionals shouldn't be put in that position to decide whether their health outweighs a paycheck. But unfortunately, it's like how I told her. That's the reality that we're dealing with. But hopefully, after November, if everything goes right according to plan, they could possibly get their job back. But as of right now, I'm sorry.
I'll answer your question, John. What's the difference between BISD teachers and employees at Walmart, HEB, and Stripes? Well, first of all, that the teachers and staff have been working from home, educating our children. That's the first one. Second of all, HEB, Walmart, and Stripes have not stopped working. So what I'm trying to say is that those individuals have had individuals who have taken care of their children, or they've got their child providers or whoever taking care already down packed. Teachers don't. A teacher with 2 or 3 children by themselves at home will have no one to drop off their kids with right now.
And as far as I understand, if someone that works at HEB or Walmart, if they don't want to go to work, they can't lose their job. If they're scared because of the virus, they might not get paid. They won't get paid, and they can't go to the unemployment, but they won't lose their job. So that's what I'm asking for as well for my wife. Hey, you're not gonna go if you don't get paid, ni modo. But you can't lose your job because of this COVID-19 that we're going through.
And we were bitching about spring breakers, and look at us now, suicide. Yeah, I agree. 1 out of 339 million. I don't know which that one is, but if you're referring to the one in Brownsville, let me tell you, I'll go back and I'll adhere to what Papi Trump said. Papi Trump said 1 death is too much. So
that's harsh, John.
Yeah.
And going back to the unemployment that we have is 30 million, Frankie.
I'm sorry, 30 million. Wow.
Teachers are our future hope for our kids. Walmart, HEB is for our convenience. Well, I appreciate what they do as well. That's right. You will be without a job. Again, sometimes you have to choose. Either you're going to have a job or you're going to have your health and well-being and maybe the peace of mind that that you're not bringing a disease back home to your children or to your parents or grandparents. That shouldn't go to work, but healthy people should. Texas hit a 3rd straight day of more than 1,000 new corona cases Saturday as the state charged into its first weekend of reopening. The economy, with residents allowed to go back to malls, restaurants, movie theaters, and retail stores, is in limited numbers. Yeah, I don't see the benefit in regards to what they try to do in regards to opening business when a lot of businesses still felt the noose at their neck with 25% anyway. I mean,
well, a lot of people chose not to open because for 25% occupancy, you have to hire more people to go in and attend to that 25%. And sometimes the math just doesn't add up. So you just keep on doing curbside mejor.
Well, yeah, for restaurants, most definitely. I think no pay is just like no job. I'm going to agree to disagree, but I think one of the things that I kind of agreed with was some of the people in retail, because if you got a retail store, let's say you have let's use Aeroprostate, which hasn't opened yet. Let's say you have Aeroprostate, you have the option. Let's say you have 10 employees, you have the option to ask, hey, does anyone really want to come back and work? And then maybe 2 employees can come back into work, and then they just do curbside. So the curbside kind of makes sense to me. You don't necessarily have to have a full store in order to do curbside. So in that respect, I think it's okay.
But the whole point with the stores, and the stores have to be at 25% occupancy as well. So you have to space out people and put markers, things like that. But the whole thing with retail is, even on a normal day, you don't get as many people as you get in Walmart, where you get an average of about 400 people per hour. So, if you're scared of going to a store at the mall, a small mom and pop shop that gets about 20 people in there in the whole day, walking in there and customers. Yet you go to Walmart, well, you know, just take precautionary measures. You know, wear your gloves. You want to wear gloves. Wash your hands. Cada rato, you know, keep on washing. Wear the mask. But the whole thing of killing retail at 25% occupancy, well, to me it doesn't make sense because if you keep going to Walmart and HEB and Target and Lowe's and Home Depot, I mean, they average about 400 people per hour
per
in
hour.
those stores. So, and Walmart could have done a lot better job closing non-essential sections. They put their employees at risk for what? Just to make more sales when everybody shut down. You know, it makes no sense. And honestly, I'm real disappointed in Walmart because even HEB took a lot of steps to limit the amount of people in there. Walmart, hey, everybody, come on in. You know, it's open for business. Take a TV. You got your stimulus. Take a gold chain. You know, it's like, chinga. You know, why? I thought we were protecting lives. Yet people are scared to go to retail, but they go to Walmart and just browse the bike section, the weight section, the toy section. You know, okay.
Well, I think that's where I mean that's where opening up curbside for retail, I think is great. In regards to 25% occupancy, I tend to agree with you. It just doesn't make much sense at all. You know, it just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I mean, some of the stores out there, some of the restaurants, I've heard that they are willing to come back at 50% occupancy, but not 25. Now, I think 50% occupancy is a fairly decent number. You know, at least you'll be hitting half.
And most restaurants usually they run on 50% occupancy unless you're Texas Roadhouse, which is always packed for. I do love Texas Roadhouse though, but they are always packed. So 50% is fine. Retail stores 50% is fine. You know, you'll get a lot of traffic in there, but just doing 25 sometimes it doesn't even add up to bringing employees to work.
At Stripes, HEB, and Walmart, people don't rub elbow with persons all day long. People come in and out. At the schools, we are all exposed all day long. Example teachers in the classrooms all day long with nearly hundreds of students out in the classroom. 30, yeah. And again, I think that's part of the issue in regards to having kids come back. I don't think anyone's mentioning that yet. Sorry about the Tiger King comment. Thought you were someone else. I didn't even read it, but I'm sure it was good. Yesterday, Dr. Fauci, the leading disease expert in this country, was explaining a step-by-step roadmap on how each state and city should be proceeding with step one and testing. According to Dr. Fauci, Texas and Cameron County are doing it all wrong. My prediction, we will be under a stricter lockdown in 2 months. And let me tell you, I tend to agree with William. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, Williams on target.
Hello?
William is on target.
Am I lagging or somebody else lagging?
No, you're not lagging.
I think we're fine. Can you repeat that, Erasmo? In regards to William, he predicted what? Hello?
I think. Okay.
I think Erasmo's frozen.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
He's got
William posted yesterday. Dr. Fauci, the leading disease expert in this country, was explaining a step-by-step roadmap on how each state and city could be proceeding with step one and testing. According to Dr. Fauci, Texas and Cameron County are doing it all wrong. My prediction will be it's under a stricter lockdown in 2 months. That's something that we did talk about of the anticipation of this getting worse. It's what's interesting about this is the responsibility that we have as people. What are y'all opinions on people going to the beach in large masses? Do you think that we're really not taking this seriously, or do you think that the sentiment from the people, from the community, is that it's either not real or we've already jumped this hurdle?
No, I think what's happening is that they've instilled a false sense of of safety into the community by saying, okay, now we're going to open this place up. So guess what? People love Zapadrale, man. They're going to rush over. They're going to take their kids, they're going to take their fishing rods. They're going to take the whole family and the neighbor's family out there together. And what's happening is that there's a lot of pictures that I saw on Facebook that people are posting. There was no social distancing. This is what happened. I think it was in Florida, right, where they had to actually close down the beaches because people were not following the social distancing guidelines. And this
In
is what's going to
California, I
happen.
think.
California,
Yeah.
yeah.
California, okay, California.
California.
So even Eder is been on this every day. He's saying that this is not going to peak for another 2 or 3 weeks. Guess what? You send over 20,000 people in one day because they opened up the beaches. They opened up the beaches, so there was over 20,000 people on the island. No social distancing whatsoever. What's going to happen if let's say 10 people of those individuals are carrying this virus? How many people did they not pass this through? Stripes, I'm sure, were packed because everybody's buying beer and chips and everything. So guess what? People are going in and out like crazy. How much hand washing is being done on the beach? Absolutely none. So there's a huge potential for this virus to get out of control again.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong. Like I want to go to the beach just like anybody does, but
Me too.
we gotta be self conscious about what steps are we taking. At least for me, what steps am I taking to protect my family? Because everybody, I know everybody's eager to get out of there. Everybody's going to the island. I wish everybody well, but I'm not. I'm saying I'm gonna wait it out. I know I spoke with my wife. I said we're not going anywhere for a vacation this year. I was planning on going to Las Vegas for a convention. That ended. So we're not going anywhere in July. And we're just gonna protect ourselves. Keep my social distance. I'm very aware about that. Try and keep my social distance because I know people. Once you say, hey, you know what, everything's back open for business, they're gonna let go of their everything, all other precautionary measures.
Yeah.
And one thing I want to show you guys very quickly is that graph that I was talking about. The CDC did post like how the hurricanes have their forecasts, and they kind of determine where or which hurricane's gonna come and hit. So the interesting thing is for Texas. Let me just see here. I can't show it because Erasmo's the. Anyways, the projections. I'll go ahead and post it later on the page. It's interesting to see how Georgia. Hey, rookie, Erasmo, bring me up real quick. Let me see. Hold on. Yeah, look at that. It's gonna be Erasmo. We're talking about whether it's us not being responsible in regards to going to the island or not. And I wanted to mention about Georgia, how we haven't heard anything from Georgia since they reopened. We have heard in Florida and in Alabama, I think, that the numbers were in the thousands, if I'm not mistaken, because of the reopening again. So again, we might see that occurring here in South Texas.
Well, I don't know what I missed, but I will say this. Sorry, guys. For some reason, my main computer went kaboop. It just totally just shut off on me. So I'm not exactly sure what went on with the computer. And then I thought, maybe I didn't pay the internet bill. And I'm like, oh crap, what could it be? And then all of a sudden I see that I'm not getting any Wi-Fi. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on. I'm concerned with the numbers because if we follow what Dr. Fauci has said and what other individuals out there have said, is that we're in trouble. And I appreciate that comment that he made that I was reading right before I left. Eduardo! Hola, Eduardo. ¿Cómo estás? Good to see you, my man. And, that comment, I wish I could do it. It's very, it was many comments back. Anyway, but what it was saying was in regards to Fauci basically saying that Texas and Cameron County had done it wrong. I agree. I agree. I think our numbers are way, way down. Lalo, ¿cómo estás, Lalo? and I'll let y'all continue because I'm a little bit lost.
No, I was just talking about Georgia and Florida in regards to the positive the positive increase in numbers. And I'm bringing up to the screen the projection model. Let me give me 1 second.
And Marco,
Erasmo,
you're right, Marco. I actually saw that same one, the one that Marco's referring to, the projection models guy. Actually, I think I saw it on CNN. I mean, it's
could you bring me up?
Well, bring it up first because I'm not seeing it yet. Ready?
Am I up? Yeah.
Yeah.
This is for the state of Texas, and again, this is from the CDC website. In a few minutes, I can go ahead and post it on the threads. And again, this is coming from my friend who is a nurse in San Antonio, and I did ask him, well, what's your take? And he said, hey, man, I'm seeing a lot of people going out to the islands, and they don't know what's coming to them. And he says, I don't wish bad on anyone, but eventually they're going to learn the hard way. And that's when he sends me this this projection graph model that the medical experts anticipate occurring here in Texas. So again, this takes us, if we take a look at the graph, it takes us to May 15th. We're still 2 weeks away. And again, based on their projections, it's one of those, we don't really know. Again, we were talking about how this is kind of similar to a hurricane projection that the meteorologists give from time to time. Again, we are in hurricane season, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. But this is something very similar. This is a más o menos. We guesstimate that, that it might come or go or peak or plateau. So again, this is very alarming, guys. For the state of Texas, we still have 2 weeks. We are May the 3rd right now, and we see here based on the graphs that it seems like it will continue to rise from here and in 2 weeks. So again, I'm sorry.
No, so then Dr. Eder Hernandez mentioned again in regards to peaking. I mean, he made mention that it was going to be 2 to 3 weeks from now. I would say I'm more inclined to do the 3 to 4 weeks than 2 to 3 weeks. That's just my opinion. But something that we are going to have corona bees and hurricanes, yes, is not going to be a good thing. One thing that Dr. Eder is saying, I can't accept that we have been working day and night, 7 days a week. If we didn't set up to the plate, we would be in a horrible place. I don't think that we're anyone's questioning the hard work that y'all have done, Dr. Hernandez. I think it's just us being necios, a community being necios, not being proactive. Sure, and if I'm mistaken, I saw one of your posts where you were like telling people we give them specific instructions to after we get a test, they quarantine. And we know for a fact that a lot of people that are tested, despite the warnings that you all give out there, a lot of the warnings, people are still not quarantined. They're going out and about. June 1st, begin the hurricane season. Yeah, that's what I thought.
I see. And the interesting thing, Erasmo, sorry to cut you off. The interesting thing was that Dr. Eder Hernandez, again, we previously mentioned it, how he's mentioned that he's called people on the line and said, hey, you tested positive. What are you doing? Get home. So there's people not being responsible. We're seeing how even after this test is administered, they're still out and about in the community. And one of the things that Dr. Eder Hernandez does is he admonishes these people. He's like, hey, you're going to get tested and you have to quarantine for 14 days. So again, we've been seeing people not being responsible, being out and about. Again, people are out going to, there's traffic. So we ourselves are not being responsible. The medical team, the doctors, nurses out there, they're doing everything possible to help, stop this, curtail this virus. But we're, on the contrary, are not helping them.
Yeah, I just don't see it. I don't see it. And I think that's why opening the way that we open and a lot of the individuals acting irresponsibly by going like to the island, congregating out there. I mean, people, again, guys, I saw people at bars dancing on Friday. I mean, I didn't see them. Yeah, let me make that correction.
Flip or what?
I saw. Yeah,
ya salió.
Ya valió.
Guys, I mean, I see them through social media, and I made mention yesterday in case anybody out there is watching. guys, it's that I saw the videos. People were out there dancing at different clubs, at different restaurant bars, and guys, it's not going to be a good thing. And there's no social distancing whatsoever, guys. And again, it's not going to be a good thing for us. Yes, very much so. We need to follow instructions, and that's unfortunate because our people tend not to follow instructions. I was at the pawn shop last week, and a guy walked in and said he had the coronavirus, so he was going to leave his payment on the counter, and then he left. Well, more power to him, I guess. But again, if he has the corona, he shouldn't be walking around back and forth, going all over the place. And I think that's part of the problem. Yes, I think that's part of the problem. You only live once. Look, at the end of the day, if you want to go and put your life in danger, go jump off the bridge if that's what you want to do. I'm not so concerned with individuals themselves. I said, que me vale. Man, dude, if that's what you want to do, go. But my concern is that you're coming into contact with other individuals, and those individuals, that are taking precautions, being cautious, o sea, que no la deben, no la temen, and y'all are out there haciendo lo que no quieren hacer. Firefighter Sheldon has 2 of his paramedics go right back to work just after 2 days of being tested. What is the deal with the city of Brownsville? I think the city of Brownsville has, in regards to the commissioners, have failed us in a very, very horrible way. Very, very horrible way. Pawn shops are booming. Yeah, porque ya se les acabó el cheque. Let's all meet on Tuesday. What would you like to know? Everything. I want to know everything. The continuing rise, the peak projection, the number of deaths projected in the U.S., the new testing and treatment. Yes, please. Thank you, Dr. Hernandez. We appreciate it, man. It's always very awesome to have Dr. Hernandez here and share information. We have trouble following the law, mucho menos instructions. Yeah, it's so true. My friend works at 10%. Pick your brain. No, you can pick my brain time. The other thing, again, going back into soft openings at the schools, again, I don't see what the issue is. Oh, I will say that I have so a couple of board members have reached out and want to have a conversation. I'll say this week. So I'm going to try to have some conversations with some of the board members out there. And I mean, again, I'll have a conversation. I'll have conversations with anyone out there. And so hopefully have some conversations. And I'm going to desperately invite individuals to come on. Come and be a part and, answer some of the questions that we have out there. Jumping off the bridge that's left for city commissioners and school board members. If we were so lucky, my bro. When a person gets infected and is labeled community spread after all others that gets infected by the person labeled as linked or previous case. The problem when a person gets infected by someone in the community and they don't know that they have come in close contact with someone who has tested positive, or they haven't traveled, then they call those community. That's the way I understand it. Am I wrong? No?
The community spread? Yeah, I think you're right.
Who? Miss Peña? I don't even call her Miss anymore. Where's Sylvia?
We were doing fine. You can get them riled up, doctor.
Let me tell you.
Hey, she's coming up in a month, no?
Her case is coming up in
June 8th.
And
is she the one that called you?
Huh?
Is she the one that called you?
But let me tell you, guys, let me tell you something that's very, very funny in regards to Sylvia. I constantly get messages from a lot of individuals at site BISD. And yes, stupid superintendent, I still receive information from individuals very, very close to you and very close to everybody else. But what I'm trying to say is that a lot of the people have been told that, Sylvia's going to beat the rap. She's going to come back. And I tell people, I said, guys, that is how they maintain power, by keeping everybody in fear, because everyone is so scared that she's actually going to come back. She is definitely not coming back. I'm sorry, guys. She is not coming back.
In spirit.
Huh?
In spirit.
I don't think maybe even in spirit. She's gone, folks. Gone. She was caught taking money from an undercover federal agent. You don't easily slip out of something like that, unless I'm missing something here. So no, I don't think I'm going to say I'm 100% sure she is not coming back to the district in any way, shape, or form.
I anticipate her case being moved once again. I think there's gonna be too much unless she pleads guilty, which I don't know. I don't think that she's cooperating as of yet. But with this COVID-19 situation, I think it's going to be hard for um, a jury to, congregate or try a case. So being that it's in the first days of June, I anticipate it getting moved to August or September. To be honest, it's unfortunate. I hope not. But again, maybe they'll throw a monkey wrench, and maybe she'll come into some sort of agreement with the feds. We'll see.
Yeah, I just don't, I'm just ready for. Actually, I'm very very ready. I'm very very ready. And guys, if something sets me off is a lot of these weird comments. I'm watching the glory days on NBA. That my lord. Anyway, it's going to be an interesting case to follow, guys. It's going to be an interesting case to follow, and she's definitely not coming back. I think that Prissy and Drew might be. Well, I know I've heard that they have already been called in. I know for a fact Drew has been called in. So I mean, it's not over for her in any way, shape, or form. And I'm sort of guessing that at least one more, if not two or three other individuals on that board are also going to fall. If her case is held here, don't you think she might call in favors? I don't think she has any favors at the federal level. I mean, I think that maybe at the county level, there was individuals out there that might have helped with a case, like they lost some documents or something like that. But at the federal level, those guys play to win. That's the difference.
Oh yeah,
they want to win, and they don't go into a case without having their I's dotted and their T's crossed, and they're in it to win it. They're not out there just to a ver que pescamos que no. Michael, any news in regards to the PPEP?
It's still going. So if you haven't applied, please apply. I helped a few people. I helped this one restaurant who their accountant didn't know anything, and they qualified for about 70,000 in PPP funds that they were just going to lose out on because their accountant, I guess, didn't know how to apply or what it was that they needed to do. And I've helped a lot of small businesses that qualify for 3,000, 4,000, plenty of those, which is it's great. I mean, any little bit helps.
Well, yeah, I actually, when we submitted ours, I know Michael helped us out in regards to filling out ours, so we greatly appreciate that. Wells Fargo also helped out, so I mean that's already gone through. So we're just waiting to get final word in regards to where that money's going to come in. Does anybody think that we're going to get a second stimulus check out there?
60 million people are still waiting for the first stimulus. I mean, for the original stimulus. So I don't think so. I got a letter from Trump saying that if I receive my money, if everything was great, I wanted to call him and send some more because I spend it on the treadmill. But, it was signed by Trump. I'm gonna frame that letter. I'm not joking, man. It was signed. It says we're all in this together. We're fighting a war and whatever.
Oh, you got the letter?
Hell yeah, I got it. I was gonna post it up on social media, but then I said nah. Instead, I posted up the video of my dog getting run over.
I saw that. I saw that.
Perro.
Come here. She's right here, man.
Is she right?
Nothing happened to her. Nothing. I'm surprised.
Gracias a Dios.
Yeah.
The video looked bad. Erasmo, in regards to the stimulus check, I think that's been the urgency why states like Texas, or it's been the Republican states, of course, they're trying to please the president. But I think that's one of the reasons why states like Florida, Texas, have opened up shop again, because there is that urgency of not having a flow of money, having to pay people, and they're being considered. They're just considering like, hey, we have no revenues coming in. It's going to affect the state taxes, local taxes. It's going to affect sales tax. It's going to affect everything across the board. And then you have on the upper side of the equation of people not working. So the state is having to provide funds for them. So I honestly, I'm very grateful that we received one stimulus check. Again, like Michael said, it's something that I don't remember it back with Obama receiving anything. But this is something that doesn't really happen in our lifetime, and we've already had it happen twice. So I don't anticipate us getting a second check. I think the federal government, with the 66 million that Michael had mentioned of people unemployed, I don't think it's feasible for them or fiscally responsible. That's a bad word to say, but I don't think it's in their convenience to issue out another $2-3 trillion to stimulate the economy. I think it's best in their best interest, Michael, to get everybody back to work so they can make their money.
Right. Yeah. I'll tell you one thing, because I have knowledge on the businesses. You go from a business, a small little business averaging about $1,500 sending in sales taxes, right? Every month, $1,500 to 110 last month. That's a big hit. That's a huge hit in sales tax revenue. So it's gonna trickle down. We're gonna be hurting for a little while, man. We're gonna be hurting for a little while. Now you got people that don't want to go back to work because they're getting that extra $600 in the unemployment as well. So right now we are getting a lot of help. It's great, pero mucha gente también se está chiflando. They're like, pues no, hombre, estoy mejor así, ¿para qué trabajo? So the economy is gonna hurt, not right now because we got the stimulus. It's gonna hurt come August, September. September is usually a slow month. Is the start of the slow season in the economy. September, October, November, they're slow. We're gonna be hurting bad.
Mhm.
Well, I know that there's going to be there's talks in regards to a fourth stimulus package, again, and there might even be a fifth. And again, one of the things that the Democrats were wanting, Democrats were wanting something completely, totally wacko. I mean, I would love it, but it's really, really very, very wacko. I mean, giving people $2,000 a month for 6 months. I mean, I would go crazy. And what will loco, I mean, I'd be ecstatic, but I just think it's crazy. I think it would cripple the American government financial system. I mean, it's uncalled for. Now,
Who's gonna go back to work if that happens? Nobody.
No,
we're already at 30 million unemployment rate right now. 30 million. We're gonna get to 40. I mean, we're gonna get to 50%.
Again, I would love it. I think it would be a horrible move for the country. With that said, I don't think that another little stimulus check would be completely bad. And I know that 60 million people haven't received it yet. My papa hasn't received it yet. So again, I mean, I think it'd be great. I would love it, if we got to check towards the end of May, 1st of June, But again, is that fiscally responsible? I doubt it.
60 million people are still waiting for it, for the first one.
Yeah, but I got mine, Michael.
But
That's how that is.
But the way it's scheduled, depending on how much you made in the year, and if you do qualify, you might be getting your first stimulus. You want the second one already. You might be getting your first one in September or October, the first one. So for the second to kick in, we have to wait till everybody gets the first round. So we have to wait till September or October, because that's what they put the guidelines in.
Well, one of the pluses for me is that when I did my taxes this year, I had forgot to enter some extra money that I'd earned. So what happens is I did an amended tax return. So I'm supposed to get another $700 hopefully in the next 3, 4, 5 weeks. So I'm kind of excited about that. We do have people out there working at IRS, no?
No, not really. Harlingen is closed. Austin is closed. You call the IRS are closed. There's nobody working in the IRS.
I'm not gonna get
you paper file something where they were doing a little audit of you, or you do an amendment paper file. Ahí se va a quedar. It's there in Austin. Nobody's gonna look at it until they go back to work.
Then those people need to come back to work then.
Yeah, you're 700. You're gonna get it next year.
Esos son hechos.
Yeah, do you know the school board members got their checks? Let me tell you, they've been taking money like crazy without the checks.
Erasmo,
So
I got a question for you. I got a question for you and Carlos. Can
yeah, go.
I? Please keep this anonymous. Can you ask Erasmo if the wife of the board attorney Salinas is a federal prosecutor? I met her once.
The he's not he's not the board attorney. He's the staff attorney.
Staff attorney.
He's the BIAZ staff attorney. She does work with the federal court. I'm not exactly sure what her capacity is out there. Carlos might know, but I do know she works for the federal court. I'm going to say that I don't think that there's. I'll say it this way. I know for a fact that Sylvia, Drew, and Prissy wanted to get the staff attorney fired. So they were doing everything they could. That we were able to sort of like stop, but they were desperate to get him fired. So by saying that, I don't think that there's any love or friendship between the staff attorney and, I would say, again, I won't speak for him. I just don't think that there's any friendship out there amongst them. Does that make sense?
Could you?
What?
Could you give your reasons very quickly? Could you give your reasons very quickly why you feel that they wanted to get rid of him? Was it based on performance or was it based on
he doesn't play the game?
Yeah, they wanted to get rid of Mr. Salinas because Mr. Salinas would not play the game with him, would not abide by their rules or recommendations. The difference between Miguel Salinas and Baltasar Salazar is Miguel Salinas is ethical and is a halfway decent guy, and the other one isn't. The other one's out there for the paycheck only. And Miguel Salinas does 10 times the work that the board attorney does, and the board attorney makes twice as much as what Miguel Salinas makes. So that's my perspective. I'm not sure if Carlos has a different opinion in regards to all that.
Yeah, I mean the guy's a hard worker, man. I mean, when I was there, that ultimately the guy is, boots on the ground. The guy he's honest. I mean, he's in it for the right reasons. So I'm not sure what his wife does. I know that she probably does work for the federal government. I'm not even sure, to be honest. So I can't even comment on that. But to tell you, on Salinas, the guy's an outstanding guy. I mean, everybody's got their faults, but this guy, for the most part, has the right reasons of being there, and that's why they wanted to get rid of him, because he wasn't going to play the Atkinson game. And so you got to get someone out there who's going to play their game, and this guy was impeding that game.
He was. That's my take on it, Frankie. Again, I don't think this guy is going to play that game with them, and I would imagine that the feds wouldn't allow it. The feds would be on it like rye on toast. That's my take. Anything else?
Nope.
Frankie?
No. Good discussion, everybody. Again, classified staff do go in tomorrow, May 4th. It is Teacher Appreciation Week. Thank you so much, teachers. You have had a lot on your plate with this distant learning. Even us, we're having technical difficulties from time to time, jumping on different platforms. So we understand, the situation that you're going through. We applaud you. This is your week. I hope you have a good quarantined, I would say vacation, but it's more like a nightmare. Hang in there. We feel for you guys. Hopefully, this will get over soon. And again, to small businesses, today during the day, we promoted a little commercial, endorsing and promoting local business. We're going to keep on doing that, guys. All we ask is for our businesses to be patient with us. We are going to be circulating these commercials, these little segments, every couple days. Maybe even do 2-3 times a week, because we feel the importance of giving back to our community by promoting and encouraging others to shop locally. Again, I'll never, regret to say that we're always the first ones to ask these businesses, these small mom and pop restaurants, for money when it comes to our baseball teams, when it comes to our soccer teams, our kickball teams. We're always quick and we're hounding them. Hey, Michael, where's my money, man? These kids need the stuff. but whenever they ask us for help, we're kind of, we're going to Rudy's, we're going to McDonald's, we're going to the big chains that don't really need our money. Let's focus on the small business guys. It's our time to give back to them. They've done so much for ourselves and for our community. The only right thing to do was for us to demonstrate that good gesture back. Thank you so much, guys. Have a good start to y'all's week.
Michael, any last words?
Yeah. Again, shop local. Let me do a little self promoting. Where is it? Right there. Where's? Oh, here it is. um, shop local. Believe it or not, you get better deals with the small mom and pop. You can deal directly with them. Right now, it's a buyer's market. Buy. If you have that Trump check, go spend it. That's what it was for, to stimulate the economy. So,
Don't buy treadmills.
I thought, hey, I spent it all on a treadmill. My treadmill, it was 3,900. After everything was done, 4,900. I spent it all, and I need more. Please send me another one. But the treadmill is awesome. I'm rosado después de los workouts que me dan. But I'm using it. I'm using it. I'm gonna get on it right now. But yeah, going back, Frankie, you did an awesome job with that commercial. I loved it. We got to promote more of the small businesses. We got to help each other out. Right now, when I was getting to my office, some guy comes in and said, "Hey, you want to buy those little scented pints?" I said, "Well, not really." He's like, "I'll sell you everything for 15." I gave the guy 10. I was like, I didn't need them, but I'm just trying to. I know people are hurting. And if you have $10, if you want to use sunglasses, like say my brother's had a sunglass forum at the mall, go shopping there. Go make a negotiation with them. They have great specials right now because they want to sell. So right now, if you want to buy something, it's the time to buy. Everybody has specials because they want to get back to at least paying the bills and hiring the employees that they have on payroll. So,
Carlos, any last words tonight?
Hey man, just remember, appreciate the teachers. They support them, support your local businesses. I mean, it's like Frankie was saying, you reach out to, especially when we have, like when I used to have the girls at kickball. Who would you go first to? Local business, Hey, I want to sell you a poster so you can put your business. Well, now go buy them. Go buy the meals from those individuals. And if they don't have drive-throughs, people come out to the curb. Just give yourself a few more minutes. I mean, there's some good people out there that are hurting. Let's go out and help them all. Appreciate everybody for,
just like myself, I had a baseball team that I sponsored at East Bronx. In fact, my wife just asked me, "Hey, what's going to happen with that?" I'm like, "We'll leave it for next year," because they made the jerseys and the kids didn't receive any of that. But
Right.
I did sponsor that team. I had told them that I was willing to sponsor a second team if they couldn't find the sponsors. I had my kids in there. I paid the league fees. So, we do give back. I had sponsored the Pura Lucha convention that they were going to bring in March. I was one of the sponsors for that one. It got canceled. So, we do give back to the community, so the community benefits from it. So please, go and shop local.
100% shop local. Guys, tomorrow is May the 4th, the start of Teacher Appreciation Week, May Appreciation Day. Again, to all our teachers out there, thank y'all so much for being patient. Thank y'all so much for everything that y'all do. Y'all are greatly appreciated. I mean, I've been able to see a lot of posts by a lot of students out there. We posted a couple of them. A lot of students out there, are really, really feeling, that the not being able to go back and to end the school year the way that they wanted to or anyone expected to. It's no one's fault, guys. It's no one's fault. It's what we do with adversity that comes our way that makes the difference. And again, my only gripe against the city of Brownsville City Commission and the school board is that they've just gotten everything wrong, except the mayor, on the city commission. But the school board has gotten everything wrong. The superintendent got everything wrong. That's my gripe. And again, guys, the only way that we're going to affect the change that our community needs is by supporting each other, supporting our local business out there. Hopefully, we'll have the opportunity to continue to share information in regards to what local businesses are out there open. Please go out there and support them. I'm going to do my best to go to every single one I can. And, please do the same. Guys, Sorry for the technical difficulties we had. Again, it's just technology. Yeah.
I just have one more question. I want to know what route the Porter High School for their pitada they're gonna take, because if they're gonna take where the usual pitada is, which my office is right there, I wouldn't mind making a banner with the names of every senior, and posting it there.
I think that they're going to be going through the school or where the school's at.
At the school, okay.
Yeah, I think it's going to be around the school, going like inside the school. But do you have that information, Frankie?
Let me read it real quick. On Thursday, we'll celebrate all Porter having a decision day, canvas pitada. All senior graduates can decorate your cars by showcasing the day. It's not over. Let's make this good. Meeting place will be at Porter. This event will begin at 3 p.m. However, you need to arrive at 2. If anyone needs a poster or paint, message me privately. So I'll reach out to the individual who posted in regards to this pitada, just to see what direction or what route they'll be taking from Porter.
Do they need a car? Some of these guys don't have cars.
You think maybe they'll hop on someone's car?
I haven't did Maserati, so that one's gone.
But I think what I think that they're going to do, and this is, I guess, my take, is they're going to use the roundabout inside Porter. Go inside all the way to the back and out the baseball field, and then come back around the calle and maybe around Porter.
Porter.
That's what I think, and I might be mistaken. It's the only thing that somewhat makes sense.
Yeah, so they can think ahead. Some of these kids can't afford a car, so
some of the kids,
Erasmo le da ride in the scooter.
Guys, have a great evening. God bless. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Stay safe. Be good. Stay home.